Oh, we have Lisa, our friend Lisa Blaine, and she's from Indiana. And we're going to ask her a couple questions. So, Lisa, how did you find Hope Village online? Or how did you find Hope Village at all?
Well, actually, it was a friend of ours from church who found Sisters in Christ Hope Village. And he asked us, he had called them and spoke to them, and then he called and asked if we would call and talk to them. And so we
Okay,
did.
gotcha. So when I know you guys decided, okay, we're gonna, do this, we're gonna go down there and work. You guys were going down there to clear some land and stuff like that, bringing down heavy machinery, right?
Right. We called them to see what they were needing done, and we had watched some of their videos on and getting a mobile home tore down on the property that was full of mold. And they were also needing some more of the land cleared, like some of the brush and
Okay.
leveled up and stuff. And then we were planning on moving the bathhouse that they had donated to them, and we were going to move it and level up and set it up so that the residents could take showers.
Okay.
So you guys brought machinery, right? Or
Yeah,
heavy
we
equipment?
brought 2 pickup trucks with a dump trailer and a skid steer in it, and we brought a trailer with a mini track hoe and a grapple. Was it a grapple? To like clear brush.
That's a lot. Yeah.
Did you it's like you're clearing a new location, like were you told why they weren't at the other location anymore?
No. Well, we weren't really told anything other than we saw the video that they had on their Facebook page where they were moving and stuff, but actually I don't think we were told like while we were there.
Okay.
Seen videos of you know, on her Facebook page.
Did you see the one with like the cop cars and all that?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, that was what I was asking, because it was just, I know they pulled some people in based on why they were evicted, and it was kind of blamed on that local business that you're aware of. And real,
Yeah, our friend had seen that and he was telling us about it. We kind of watched a little bit of it, and it kind of threw up some red flags to me because I was like, I didn't know that much about it. I wasn't sure, but like I said, our friend had told us about it.
all right.
So when you got there, what were your first impressions of Hope Village?
When we first got there, I mean, they were excited to see us. We was excited to meet them, and we were just kind of like, wow, like people are living in these tents and, having to use their little stuff to keep warm. And we were just kind of, before we went, we were told, my husband and I actually called them, like, what was it, 2 weeks before we went to see what they were needing done and what kind of equipment we needed to take and stuff, to do the work that we were going to be doing. And they basically, she told us when we had called her that she had taken the people of the village in town to a hotel the night before so that they could get showers. And so our main goal was like to go and get that mobile home tore down and set the bathhouse, so they could get showers.
Mm-hmm.
And so we were, was one of the main things that we wanted to do while we were there. But we were just like, because they had like porta pots and um, so I mean we just
Did you
just kind of been.
you said that you had like a weird vibe. What was the weird vibe? Was there a particular thing that set that off, or was it just kind of like a general feeling?
The weird vibe. It kind of, to me, like before we even went, like was just seeing the videos, like with the cops there and stuff, and then I don't know, it just seemed kind of strange to me. But our friends suggested, that he had seen it, but before we even went there, we did, look at other options. We did reach out to other people before we went to Sisters in Christ, because we were trying to be careful and not get into a situation.
Right.
So we tried reaching out to other organizations and nothing panned out. And so that's when my friend found the Sisters in Christ videos. And
So how do you feel about the treatment of like the residents of Hope Village? I mean, when you got there, like how was Ronnie, Indiana? You said they were like happy to see you and everything. So as time went on and you were there for a little bit, how did you feel about them, and then just like how the residents of Hope Village were treated and all of that?
well, it started out good. I
Mhm.
mean, when we got there, they were waiting on us, and they couldn't wait to meet us, and we couldn't wait to meet them, because we were all excited about going and being able to, help people that needed help. And so it was all good in the beginning. And we get there, and um, and I guess it was the next day at work while we were working, because we did work there for like 2.5 days. And so it was just during the time we were there working, there was just a lot of red flags going up here and there that kind of concerned us.
Yeah.
And we worked alongside the people, the residents that were living in the tents, and we got to know some of them. We got to, learn their personalities, and they were hard workers. And I don't know, we just kind of got close to them. And then as our reason for going there was to help people and hear their stories, because we found out that when we first started all of this, we thought we were going to be going to help, people, hurricane victims. And then we found out, that wasn't the case, that it was HIV, AIDS awareness, and it was like drug addicted people. It was abused people, and a variety of things. And so we just thought, well, that's God's bigger plan, like
Right.
we were fun with that. We were like, okay with, we went to hear the people's stories.
Yeah.
Going to be helping, and we were just excited to like hear their stories and meet them, and let them know that people cared about them and loved them, and we were working along with them. A couple of the women on the trip with us they were talking with one of the residents, and they were wanting to get, her phone number, be in contact. And as soon as Ronnie saw them talking and had their phones out, he went over to them and told them that they weren't to stay in contact with anybody there that was living in the tents.
Huh.
we thought that was a red flag because we're like, oh,
Right.
why? Because this is why we came here. Like, we were excited to come and meet the people and hear their stories
Yeah.
and, be able to show them, that people loved them and cared about them. And it was like, oh, well, we can't stay in contact, or we can't talk to them. And that was a red flag. It's like,
What was Ronnie's reasoning for that? Did he give you guys like a reason?
they told us because of the people there, like, they didn't want them asking people that come in to volunteer. They didn't want them like taking advantage of the volunteers. They didn't want them asking them for things,
Huh.
which none of the people at the village asked any of us for anything. We were asking them, what can we do for you? We would like to bless you with something that you would like, something that you need. And the one lady that we worked alongside, she had been in an abusive relationship. She had lost her tiny home and her vehicle during the hurricane. And she told us that she was just happy to be alive.
Yeah.
And we thought she was so humble. And we were just like, wow, and we told her, we're like, we had to ask her like 4 times, because our plan was, when we set out to go, we had money and we were going to take some of the residents that were living there. We wanted to take them like, shopping and buy them something that would, make them feel good about themselves, or something that they needed.
Mhm.
And we were excited to do that. And then we find out when we get there that we can't do that. And so we said, we're going to go shopping. Tell us something you need. But they would not do that. We asked another resident, a male resident, is there anything that you need for your tent, or anything that you would, like? And he said, no. He said he had everything he needed in his tent. And we're like, please tell us something, because you would be blessing us to let us bless you. We want to get something that you would like. And so we, the 3 of us women, did go out to Walmart, and we bought phone bank chargers. We bought a lawn chair. We bought lanterns. We bought some exercise bands for one of the males that worked.
Cool.
Was at the village, and we brought that stuff to them. And then when Deanna found out that we had bought them stuff, after we left, they had a big a big meeting, and she confronted them and was demanding the stuff back that we had bought them.